If you look back through the history of capitalism, there is a consistent rule that has never been broken. Great wealth is heavy. It has physical weight. To become the richest man in the world in the 19th century, John D. Rockefeller had to build physical infrastructure. He needed thousands of miles of pipelines, massive refineries, and an army of laborers. In the 20th century, the story was similar. General Motors, Walmart, McDonald's. These empires were built on massive human coordination. To make more money, you needed more people. You needed more managers to manage those people, and you needed HR departments to manage the managers. Even in the early days of big tech, this rule applied. Amazon is a logistics company that requires hundreds of thousands of warehouse workers. Tesla requires gigafactories and supply chains that span the globe. Microsoft employs over 200,000 people. We have been conditioned to believe that the first trillionaire will come from this world. We look at the titans of today: Jensen Huang at NVIDIA, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and we assume the first 12-figure fortune will be a corporate victory. We assume it will be a CEO sitting at the top of a pyramid of 500,000 employees. But I am here to tell you that is wrong. The corporate trillionaire theory is flawed because corporations suffer from gravity. They are slow, they are regulated, they are inefficient. My prediction is different. The world's first trillionaire will not be a CEO in the traditional sense. They won't wear a suit. They won't have a headquarters. They might not even have a single full-time employee. The first trillionaire will be an AI creator, an individual who uses artificial intelligence to build a localized digital army that scales infinitely without the friction of human labor. To understand why this is inevitable, we have to look at the evolution of leverage. Wealth is simply the product of leverage. In the ancient world, leverage was labor. If you wanted to build a pyramid, you needed 10,000 slaves. If you wanted to win a war, you needed the biggest army. The limit on your wealth was the limit of how many humans you could control. Then, in the 20th century, leverage became capital. You didn't need an army, you needed a factory. If you could borrow $10 million to buy machines, you could outproduce 1,000 craftspeople. Then came the internet age, and leverage shifted to code. This was a massive jump. This is why Silicon Valley overtook Wall Street. Code is permissionless leverage. If you write a piece of software, it works for you while you sleep. It doesn't ask for a raise. It doesn't get tired. We saw a glimpse of this new reality in 2012. That was the year Facebook bought Instagram for $1 billion. At the time, Instagram had only 13 employees. Think about that ratio. In the old world, Kodak had 140,000 employees and was bankrupt. Instagram had 13 people and was worth $1 billion. That was the first crack in the facade. But now we are entering the fourth stage of leverage: artificial intelligence. And this is where the math breaks. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, has openly predicted that we will soon see a one-person unicorn, a company worth $1 billion run by a single human being. But honestly, I think he is aiming too low. I think he is underestimating the exponential nature of what is coming. The barrier to wealth creation used to be manpower. Now, the barrier is simply compute. And unlike human labor, which gets more expensive every year, compute gets cheaper and faster every single day. Let's paint a picture of what this trillion-dollar individual actually looks like. They are not just a YouTuber or an influencer. Those are small games. The AI creator is an architect of autonomous systems. Imagine a single person who wants to disrupt the financial service industry. In the old world, to start a bank or a hedge fund, you needed analysts, traders, compliance officers, customer support teams, and marketing departments. You needed office space in Manhattan. You needed millions in seed capital. The AI creator does this differently. They sit in a room with a laptop. They deploy Agent A, a specialized coding bot, to build the trading platform. They deploy Agent B, a research swarm that reads every financial report published globally in real time, analyzing sentiment and data faster than any human analyst ever could. They deploy Agent C, a marketing swarm that generates thousands of unique video ads per day, tests them on social media, learns which ones work, and optimizes the budget in real time. And they deploy Agent D, a customer service interface that can talk to 50 million users simultaneously in every language on Earth, with perfect empathy and instant recall. In this scenario, the human is not doing the work. The human is providing the intent. They are the conductor of the orchestra, but they aren't playing the instruments. Now, here is where the economics get terrifyingly good for the creator. In a traditional company, you have what is called margin compression. As you get bigger, you get bloated. You have to pay for health insurance, office leases, middle management, and company retreats. Your profit margin might be 20 or 30% if you are lucky. The AI creator has none of this. Their costs are API fees and server space. Their profit margin isn't 30%, it is 99%. When your marginal cost of replication is zero and your marginal cost of operation is near zero, you are capturing value that used to be distributed among thousands of employees. You keep the whole pie. But wait, the skeptics will say, what about NVIDIA? What about the hardware? This is the most common counter-argument. People say, the people selling the shovels make the most money. They look at NVIDIA's stock price and say, Jensen Huang wins. But history disagrees. Yes, the shovel sellers make money, but the people who find the gold, they make the empires. Let's look at the internet era. Intel made the chips, Cisco made the routers. They were the shovel sellers of the 1990s. They became massive companies. But who became bigger? Google, Amazon, Facebook. The companies that used the infrastructure to capture human attention and commerce became orders of magnitude larger than the companies that built the infrastructure. NVIDIA is capped by physics. They have to mine rare earth minerals. They have to build fabrication plants that cost billions and take years to construct. They have to ship physical chips across the ocean. They are bound by the laws of atoms. The AI creator is bound only by the laws of bits. They can pivot instantly. If their AI agent discovers a market inefficiency in energy trading, they attack it. If that market dries up, they repurpose their agents to attack the logistics market the next day. They have a fluidity and speed that a hardware giant can never match. Furthermore, we have to talk about the winner-take-all economy. In the past, there was room for second best. If you were the second best accountant in your town, you still had clients. If you were the third best graphic designer, you still made a living. Geography protected you. AI destroys geography, and it destroys the need for second best. If an AI creator builds the absolute best medical diagnostic tool, a tool that is more accurate than any doctor, everyone on Earth will use that specific tool. Why would you use the second best one? The marginal cost to serve one person is the same as serving 1 billion people. This means we are heading toward a world of extreme power laws. One single entity, one creator with the best algorithm, could capture the entire market share that used to be split between 500 different companies. If you capture 1% of the global financial transaction market or 1% of the global education market, you are not a billionaire, you are a trillionaire. There is another factor that pushes the advantage to the individual over the corporation: entropy. Human organizations suffer from entropy. As they grow, they decay. Communication breaks down, politics take over, innovation dies. Look at Google today versus Google in 2004. It is slower, more cautious, more bureaucratic. AI swarms suffer from reverse entropy. They get smarter as they scale. This is the compounding interest of intelligence. If you run a company with 10,000 human salespeople and one of them figures out a brilliant new way to close a deal, it takes months to train the other 9,999 people. Most of them will never learn it. But if you run a swarm of 10,000 AI agents and one of them discovers a new optimization, it instantly updates the code for the entire swarm. The learning is immediate and universal. The AI creator's workforce improves while they sleep. The trajectory of their growth isn't a linear line, it is a vertical wall. So where does this leave us? We are standing at the precipice of the greatest transfer of wealth in human history. The tools to build a global empire used to cost billions of dollars. You needed access to capital markets, you needed family connections, you needed luck. Today, the tools to build that empire cost $20 a month. This is democratizing access, but it is concentrating outcomes. The floor is being raised, but the ceiling is being removed entirely. The first trillionaire will not be a person who manages people. It will be a person who manages intelligence. It will be someone who understands that the combination of human creativity and machine speed is the most potent force the economy has ever seen. They are likely unknown right now. They might be 19 years old. They might be coding in a basement in Lagos or Bangalore or Detroit. They aren't worried about office politics or quarterly earnings calls. They are focused on one thing: building the system. The race is on. The infrastructure is laid. The agents are ready. And the person who crosses the finish line first probably won't be wearing a suit.